Hi, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Coming Out with Liz and Eddie. I'm Eddie Conner.
And I'm Liz Layug.
The title of this episode is OMG, How Did I Attract This Again?
And we're going to be talking about practical elements of attraction.
We're going to also talk about soul esteem and soul confidence versus self-esteem and self-confidence so that you can get tuned in and tapped in and turned on to that stream of pure positive energy so you OMG what you do want instead of what you don't want.
That's right, Eddie.
That's right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Liz?
Yes, Eddie?
Sometimes when we're being conscious creators
Yes.
of what we want to attract in our lives,
Yes.
we will accidentally contradict those desires, which leads us to go, OMG, how did I attract this again?
Yeah.
So why don't you start the show with telling us the first 3 things the audience can do to successfully, purely, deliciously, lovingly attract what they do want.
Okay, so the first one is practical elements of attraction. The second one is you can attract what you desire. And the third is anecdotal evidence of attraction.
Ooh.
Okay?
So let's start with practical elements of attraction. For me, the easiest, most laid-back formula is thoughts plus feelings equal reality.
Yeah.
It's one of the playful things. And it's like we spoke about in one of the previous shows.
Yes.
The more fun you let this process be, the faster you're going to attract what you want. And the more fun you're going to have too.
Yes.
So for me, the practical element of attraction is your thoughts plus your feelings equal reality. And then to be cognizant of the fact that you're always attracting.
Yes.
But then not get scared about it.
Yeah.
Because it could be like ice cream, hot dogs, pizza, pumpkin pie, and then spider.
Ben and Jerry's.
Oh, yeah. See, that just trumped my spider. So it's like being cognizant of it and going, okay, I see where I was vibrating a little weak there. I see where I was talking about what I didn't want instead of what I did want. Or I thought I was talking about what I did want, but I realized I was feeling negative emotion while I was talking about it. So I was saying the right thing, but I was vibrating lack of.
Yeah. Well,
that's one of the funnest things for me with practical elements.
Yeah.
What about you, girl?
Me? Okay. So what I like to do is I like to set back a little bit and be what I call the observer. We talk about this a lot. And see what's happening in my life. See what's happening currently now. Like, oh, okay, I could see, oh, that opened up. I have that option here. I have that option there. Oh, that's a dead end over here. This is a dead end over here. Oh, this is not something I really liked. That's something that I really love.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think about it with myself, and I reflect upon what it is that I'm doing in my life currently, what's happening in my life currently. So I have physical manifestations or physical evidence of what's really happening in my life.
Well, and what I'm hearing you say too, which is hugely important in the art of allowing, the art of manifesting, and the law of attraction, is you're in the present moment.
Oh, absolutely.
And our power is always in the present moment. Even if we're sitting here in this present moment talking about something that happened when we were children, we're not jumping back in time. We're taking that reality from then and we're bringing it here in our present moment, which is one of the ways history keeps manifesting itself in our experience. Meaning our past will dictate our future if we don't.
If you allow it.
If you're not. Well, yeah, you will allow it whether you know you are or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what the whole show, everything we do keeps coming back to doing our best to be in the present moment.
Yes.
Purposefully choosing the thoughts and feelings.
And attracting what we prefer. That's really it.
Yeah.
It's just having to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
And the present moment piece is important. Well, I like that you brought that to the table.
And I also like the fact that, giving yourself the evidence to yourself that you're along the same path. I mean, for me, I get these almost like visions of I'm trying to explain. Since I was a child, I'd have these visions of places ahead of time that happens. It would just all of a sudden I would just see it like a screen popping up in my head.
Oh yeah.
And I would see like architectural formations, roads. Never see people in it.
Wow.
Until just recently. But I would always see houses, buildings, streets. And then when I got to that moment, that was a way for my soul to show me, hey, you're all going along the same path.
Oh, yeah.
I gave myself evidence that I'm going along the right way.
Wow.
So I think it's unique to me. I've never heard of anybody say that, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I thought everybody was like that, but I guess they're not.
Well, it worked for Nostradamus. He had
right?
visions too. Look where he got.
I know. But I'm just saying that you can do that yourself.
Yes.
In that you can give yourself and look at in the present moment again and see for yourself evidential experience of what is happening in your life to tell you, yes, I'm going along where I want to be. And I have attracted it because of ABC.
I also think when you do that in the present moment,
yeah,
we've talked about it on other shows, and that's gratitude, GLAD, atude.
Yeah.
You have an attitude of gratitude, which is a form of giving love and appreciation daily, GLAD, and you're holding in the present moment these manifestations you've created. It's not even just a win-ventory. It is literally, you get time to marinate in them. When you observe them and recognize them from a pure, connectable place, you elevate what you're looking at. I can look at a chair with a throw across it and go, it's a chair with a throw across it. If I look at it from these connected inner beingness or inner standing, you can turn that into something that elevates you inside and find ways to create a better feeling about it so that you're constantly in the present moment, getting to attract more of what you want. It's not keeping score, it's keeping track so that you stay in the gratitude.
Oh yeah, not score.
Instead of the gratitude.
Because you're the one attracting it. So therefore, why would you want to keep score against yourself? Or you just don't want to do that. It's like competing against yourself.
Well, that's not the kind of score I was talking about.
Oh, score.
No, girl. No, girl. Well,
okay,
let me see your scorecard. O to O. Okay. Okay. Makes me think of Oreos.
Okay. And then,
Oreo starts with O and ends with O.
That's right.
Unless it's clear. Number 2 is you can attract what you desire. You want to go or you want me to?
You go ahead.
Okay.
Just kidding.
What was it you did yesterday off camera with the microphone?
Nothing.
Nothing? Mm-hmm. This is my friend, pure positive virginal Liz. I had the sound effect in my head and it popped right out. Oh my goodness, you can attract what you desire. We all can and we all do. Everything we do, again, as we're talking about, some of it will sound like it's a little redundant and it's meant to be on purpose. Here's why. Anytime you do a great show or a great outline or a great presentation with a group or not a group, the 3 principles, you share what you're going to share with them, you share it, and then you recap what you shared, because sometimes it takes 3 or more times for the message to hit your heart and gut brain just right so that your subconscious mind will allow it to stick.
Oh, you'll remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just to simply remember it.
You're making it familiar. It's familiar for a lot of people to talk about dates they don't like. It's less familiar for people to talk about the dates that they did like.
Yeah, that's true.
It's more familiar to talk about things you don't like at work. It's more unfamiliar, meaning not of your conscious familiarity, to talk about the things that are working. And the more you learn to talk about the things that are working and that do feel good, then you've amplified the desire. You're more of a pure creator.
Well, I mean, think about it this way. How many times have you gone into a situation and people talk about someone and immediately they go to the negative? They believe the worst.
Yep.
Instead of believing the best, they believe the worst. Why can't it be the other way around? Believe the best of that person.
The other thing with that, if you're innocently, in a non-judgmental way, a autopilot thinking sleeple person, meaning a person who's asleep and not remembering that they're consciously...
Or sheep people.
Yeah, that's right. Syphilis. See the previous show. There are people who are innocently unconscious who will listen to that person talking smack about their coworkers. Yeah. And if you're not careful, you will believe what that person told you about that person. And then your expectation of this person you don't even know is based on somebody else's filter and belief system about them. And that's familiar. What we're wanting you to do is make it unfamiliar, meaning undo the familiar. You know why I like the word familiar? What's the last 4 letters? Liar. And familiar.
I was thinking I-A.
My baloney has a first name. It's Liaora. My Oreo has a second name. It's Oreos.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, it's good. What you want to do is step out of the familiar, unfamiliar, UN, family, liar.
Yeah.
There's all of these lies that we're told about what we think is true.
Yeah.
All mechanics will rip you off. That's a familiar statement if you take the last 4 letters out of it, which is a lie, because if you raise your vibration and then create what you want, attract what your heart's desire is, what your gut's desire is, what your intellectual and intuitive intellect desires, you set on a new energetic platform that vibrates all of everybody else's little stagnant, sleeple belief systems.
Yeah.
And then you will be on the mountaintop. Let me tell you what they just showed me when I said that.
You tell me.
What?
You tell me, Eddie.
It sounded like you said, you shit.
You tell me, Eddie.
Did you know that every time someone starts to speak or share something unfamiliar to the masses, the masses turn on them.
Yeah. Well,
and they do it out of habit, and they do it because it's not familiar with what they've already been taught to think.
It's also fear.
Fear of change.
Fear, of course.
Or fear that person, let's say a conspiracy theorist, is telling the truth about something. They're like, no.
Or fear that they've made a mistake by believing something, committing themselves to a belief system that is not real.
And their entire life could have been based on that belief system.
Exactly.
And that's the beauty with doing what we're doing, because we're about having fun with it. In case you can't tell, we all serious and shit up here on this show.
Okay.
We don't play. We don't have fun. We ain't wearing girdles.
Spanx.
G-strings?
Spanx.
G-spanks? I'm wearing a sports bra. Listen, my shirt flew up so fast earlier, I almost dated myself. So, we have the 3 things we're leading the show with. Practical elements of attraction. You can attract what you desire. And what's some anecdotal evidence of attraction, my friend Liz?
I think that we have been talking about that, Eddie. We have been giving anecdotal evidence about how to attract like a job, or we talk about physical manifestations or physical evidence in your own life.
Yep.
In the first element, practical elements of attraction, and to give stories of that, right?
Yes.
Don't give me looking.
This is
looking at me.
This is the Liz and Eddie version of A Night at the Apollo. This is where the hook comes out on stage and pulls me back to another segment.
No. Okay, so anecdotal evidence of attraction. Okay.
We've talked about this, Liz.
We have.
We have.
We have many times.
So let's go up to the next segment.
I'm going to smack you.
See, she act all serious and all spiritual and stuff, but whenever you ain't around, this stuff she do. But it's okay. I love you, Liz.
Edward,
I love you.
I love you too.
I love you too.
Okay.
Okay, we have some more elements we want to share with you. You know why?
Because we are sharers.
That's when there's two share drag queens on stage at one time. Welcome to the stage, sharers.
Sharers.
And sharers alike.
Yes.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
I'll do whoa, and you do oh. Oh my goodness.
Okay,
So what's the next element?
Okay, so today we're sharing addressing your existing patterns and changing them on purpose.
Right.
Okay, and the second one is how your gut brain speaks to the universe.
I love that. We also have your higher self has a sense of humor. Please learn to use it because it makes all the difference in the world. And this is a sincere question. It's going to sound tacky. That's why Liz make me do it.
I know. That's true.
So the question is, are you a sloppy vibrator? And then how to clean it up.
Okay. And then the next one is stepping outside of mass mindset.
I love that one.
And then owning soul esteem and soul confidence.
Ding, ding, ding. I'll take soul confidence
and the final
for 200.
one, Edward.
Mm-hmm. Are you happily hypnotized or accidentally shipmatized by what's going on around you as you what? Create the reality you want. And by the way, if you're just tuning in, you're watching Coming Out with Liz and Eddie.
And I'm Liz Layug.
And I'm Eddie Conner. The title of this particular podcast is called OMG, How Did I Attract This Again?
Okay.
And we're giving you a whole new series of things. We're going to launch this segment out with addressing your existing patterns, then changing them on purpose.
Yes.
Go.
Okay. No, don't push me. Don't push me. Okay.
So let me pick a subject.
Okay, you pick a subject.
What is your existing pattern with traffic?
Oh,
well, never mind.
no, it's okay. Okay, my existing pattern is, which I have been working on changing, is I drive overly fast.
Oh, do you?
I do.
I do too.
I drive really fast, and I have been driving since I was 15. I'm a native Californian. So I've been driving since I was 15, but I have made a concerted effort in the last couple of years to try to drive the speed limit, try to be more relaxed when I'm driving. So when I get to my destination, I'm not all frazzled. I haven't worked myself up. I'm more at peace because I'm seeing the connection with everything that I do, with my job, with my family, with every place I go. I want to keep that peace. So I'm really making a concerted effort to change that pattern.
So what I heard was under the topic of addressing your existing patterns, then changing them on purpose.
Yes.
The old pattern, which wasn't a problem, but it's something you want to upgrade.
Yes.
Is driving too fast.
Yes.
And you don't like the way it makes you feel.
No, I don't.
And so the new concerted effort or having fun changing pattern is I'm going to be, I focused on the problem. Now I'm going to look at the solution. And so what I heard was you were marinating in the present moment.
That's right.
As you move from point A to point B. I also heard that you are familiar with driving fast.
Yep.
Me too. Mm-hmm. And you are undoing that familiar pattern so that when you get from point A to point B, you show up more refreshed and more like the person you want to be.
Yes.
And the kind of people she wants to attract to her. That was a good one.
Yeah. And also I'm aware of myself changing the pattern. So now I am becoming and have created this new habit at a higher frequency.
And the more aware that she is, which is a form of connectability to her inner light, the more familiar than unfamiliar pattern becomes and makes it
Yes.
stronger and lighter and brighter and more effective. And she gets evidence of being a deliberate creator.
Yeah. And it's something we talked about before, Eddie, is that old habit now just disappears.
That's
it
right.
just goes away. It's not part of your experience anymore.
I say that those old belief systems, Liz disagrees with me, but it's okay. Old belief systems like that go and they hibernate in a cave in the back of your subconscious mind somewhere.
See,
Meaning they don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
They don't die
Yeah. No,
Right.
your energy doesn't go away. It comes back to you.
in
But
a
I
new
think
way.
in a more refined manner. That's what I say.
She looked at me right now. She said in a more refined manner, something you ain't, Eddie.
No, I'm not saying
I'm like,
that.
oh, okay. We had an outhouse. It's okay. I hold water from the well. It's okay. It's okay. I used to slop the hogs too, but okay. I had me some bacon sandwiches at the end of the season. Okay.
Okay, how about this? How's your gut brain speaks to the universe?
How your gut brain speaks to the universe. That's one of my favorite things because the gut brain for me is the solar plexus.
Yeah.
And I call the solar plexus the solar plexus megaphone. Ain't that sexy?
That's very sexy.
And you could just almost picture a cheerleader, almost said a head cheerleader, but I'm sorry, but didn't mean, you so nasty, Liz.
I am not.
She is nasty.
No.
So it's just think of a cheerleader on a megaphone.
Yeah.
A yellow megaphone because that's the color
Color
of the solar
chakra.
plexus.
Yeah.
So you think a thought, let's say, I like traffic. I'm better in traffic now than I've ever been in my entire life.
Uh-huh.
And let's say you're just learning to make that a new belief system. So your brain might say, I am doing better and better in traffic. Your bright yellow solar plexus megaphone is going, danger, Will Rogers, danger, danger, she's lying. In the beginning, because it doesn't have enough of a new belief or habit of thought ingrained in the direction of where you want to go. So your brain can be thinking, I want a relationship. Your gut brain might be saying, love hurts.
Yeah.
The last one hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
You can't trust people.
Yeah.
And so you have
created statements about yourself.
Yeah, we all create statements about ourselves, whether we know we do it or not.
Yeah.
And if you're innocently a sleeple pursing sheeple, you will blame that on other people, places, circumstances, and situations when really you're the dominant point of attraction in your wonderful experience.
Yeah.
Wow. So how your gut brain speaks to the universe. That's how it does for me. So and by the way, it's not down here going, love hurts, love hurts. I don't know why my head cheerleader sounded like a lumberjack, like a dude. It is a feeling of love hurts. You want the love? It hurts. Love hurts.
Yeah.
Love hurts.
Yeah.
That's what the solar plexus is saying when you're like, I sure would like a nice little chunk of handsome coming bip-bopping through the door like that for my friend Liz, who's a petite flower princess giver, got us delicious this lump of something good. See, I'm wanting something good for you, Liz.
I know, honey.
Okay, what
I
about
want
your
something
gut
good
brain?
too.
Talk to me. Talk dirty.
Okay, because the gut brain, I'm thinking, it's your solar plexus. Now that you, did I say plexus?
You
Not
did,
plexus.
but I wasn't going to call
I know,
you
I knew you were going to say that.
because I love her.
I know. Okay, so your solar plexus.
Can they see under the table? She's rubbing my leg.
So it's your solar plexus. So without the feeling, and we have talked about this before, you cannot manifest what it is that you want. So if you are aware, let's say you're aware of your thoughts and your feelings, your desires, that's the beginning.
Yes.
And then your feeling is what brings it into manifestation in the physical world. So those are the elements that you need: thoughts, desires, feeling.
Yes.
So all three. So without all three working at the same level, at the same frequency, you will not be able to manifest what you want.
And I love what you say. You have this beautiful habit of going to the most important pieces, important components of what you articulate, and that is awareness.
Yeah, it's awareness.
Once you're aware of what you're aware of, your awareness of being aware shoots through the roof and you become kind of super electromagnetic, don't you think?
Absolutely. Because we keep that in mind. Those elements all have to be working together in order to bring it into manifestation. If you just have one or two of the items and you don't take action and you don't really feel it,
That's right.
it's not going to happen to you.
It ain't gonna happen.
And don't expect it to happen to you. It's not going to do it because you haven't brought the other one along.
That's right.
Everybody in the pool has to come along.
Where they going?
We're all getting to the right place.
Okay. You know
Yes.
what they show me is the reason we love music, everybody, the reason we love choreography,
Yeah.
the reason we love great acting, whether it's on the stage or whether it's on television or at the movies, is it is a perfect synchronicity between the brain, the thinking brain, and the feeling gut. And so the thinking brain, when it's being creative, integrates intuitive intellect with the gut feeling. So when you're watching a duet, you can get swept away into the frequency of that duet because when two or more are gathered in thy name, the energy becomes exponential. When you see a trio, the energy shoots up. But when you see a group or an entire choreographed concert, the energy becomes electromagnetically exponential. And we respond to that. We respond to it hand over fist because their head, heart, and gut is on point as one. And then we feel that oneness, and then that's what a standing ovation is. It is absolute gratitude and love for what you're experiencing.
Well, it's what we talked about yesterday when we talked about music and viewing like the artist. We talked about honoring the artist's soul. So the artist and then the audience and the symbiotic relationship that they have, and they all feed off each other to elevate the experience.
Yeah, I like how you said that. That is what we talked about last week.
Yeah. It is.
Okay, your higher self has a sense of humor. Please use it.
Oh, yes. What is it?
What is what?
Your sense of humor, Eddie.
I'm using it now. Can you feel it?
Yeah, I can feel it.
Feel it?
Feel it.
Feel it? No, what is your higher self for you? What do you think of as your higher self?
As my higher self, I think of my higher self as my God self.
Ooh. And I grew up with a lot of programming around that word, and I just interchange it with the word universe, which is the same thing as God.
It's the same thing.
But it's a word I vibrationally choose on purpose so I don't have my grandma's resistance attached to it with her Southern Baptist Bible thumping meanness. Okay.
Her what?
Southern Baptist Bible thumping meanness.
That's a lot of words.
It is. You should have bet my grandma. So it is. I forgot what we're saying.
Okay. Your higher self. Your higher self, and the sense of humor.
It's the purest part of you that has no resistance.
Yeah.
It doesn't talk about what it doesn't want.
Yep.
It is so tuned in, tapped in, turned on that the inner light just wafts off of you, and it has a sense of humor. Can you imagine being born anywhere throughout the universe where there isn't humor?
Oh.
Because humor is a form of lightness, aka enlightenment. Why am I yelling? Am I yelling? I feel like I'm yelling.
We have this joke. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Every time he asks me if he's yelling, I always tell him yes.
Yes, but you have to go.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Oh. And this is what we mean by your higher self has a sense of humor. Yeah. If we were listen, I used to be so serious when I started doing classes, I would have to take Imodium AD and wear Depends. Okay. And that was before it was cool to go into the store and buy Depends. It was hard to find Depends, let me just tell you.
Okay.
But by the way, don't take a sleeping pill.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But I'm joking. Yeah. I really would get so serious. I would break out in hives. And you know what I learned about breaking out in hives? It ain't pretty.
I was going to say that. Not pretty.
Okay.
And it's also painful.
It's painful. What it is, I looked it up in the Louise Hay book, is when you have strong desire for something, but you have strong resistance to what you desire.
Yeah.
So my desire was to do a good job and to uplift people.
Yeah.
But I was a kid that was born to be invisible, meaning I was taught to be invisible.
Yes.
So now I'm in front of people and I'm teaching things like this. So my inner child was losing its mind going, You're to be seen and not heard. You need to shut your ass up and get back to the
So
house.
it was trying to shut you up.
Right. So the desire and the resistance was running simultaneously, and then my body manifested itself and breaking out in hives. Child, I need an acronym for hives.
So how long did that take till you stopped breaking out in hives?
Thursday. It was Thursday.
Stupid.
Yep. So the next one is, are you a sloppy vibrator?
Oh, no. I would say that sometimes. Sometimes I have to think about that. Yeah, well, I think everybody is. I think
We all
sometimes
just like how you drug in
default.
the human race into that question.
Yeah, we all. I know. Okay. Yes. Sometimes, we get so caught up in what we're doing in our actions and what we're doing during our day-to-day experience and what we've set ourselves to do, tasks to do, that we default.
Yes.
We just go, oh yeah, I've been doing that for 30 years and blah, 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 or 20 years. And you just default.
Yep.
And so in this way, we're saying to our audience, don't do that. We're saying, do what we say, not what we do.
That's what she's saying. I'm saying I love you more than Leah.
Oh yeah, right.
I'm here for you.
But you know what I'm saying. We're
Yes.
just saying we're also, as we tell you, we're telling ourselves, we're reminding ourselves. We also need to be reminded every day that we need to be aware and not to be so sloppy. But
Yeah.
if it happens, not to judge, and that's okay.
And to use your sense of humor
Yes.
about it and to be light about it.
Absolutely.
If Liz started driving safely and at a responsible speed limit
Yes.
for the next 15 years and did it every time she got in the car.
Yes.
And then one day she got in the car and she's driving like Betty Petty or Evil Knievel.
Yes.
Then she just acknowledges it
Yes.
from the place of being in the present moment awareness, which you spoke of earlier,
Yeah.
and then reset. That's all you're doing. You're doing a reset
Yeah, because you can only start from where you're at.
in the present moment.
Exactly. That's why you start from where you're at. So if you start from where you're at, and then you go from there. Like it's like being on a diet. It's like you decided to go on this diet. You have you want to lose 10 pounds, and so you've set yourself this goal of doing this, and you're on your diet for the next 10 days or 5 days or how many days you want to do it, and then
4 minutes.
and then all of a sudden you have
Or
that
rolling
chocolate
around in bed with
you
Ben
have
and Jerry.
Yeah, exactly, right? Ben and Jerry and a chocolate cake,
I've
and
done
then
that
some.
too.
Yeah, I've done that too.
And then
so,
you have to eat something salty to counter the sweet.
exactly. So
Like
the next
potato
day,
chips.
or hamburger, cheeseburger
Yeah.
with grilled onions.
Oh God, we like the same thing. You like mushrooms too?
Oh.
Look at us
And
bonding.
but the next day you wake up, instead of rather berating yourself for falling off the wagon, falling off, just get up and just start your diet again. You just start from where you're at and no judgment.
That's right.
It's not, it's like it doesn't serve you to make yourself feel bad.
No.
That's basically what I'm saying. It doesn't serve you.
Which ties into worry. Don't ever worry
Yes.
about it, but just do your reset. The next one is stepping outside of mass mindset, which I think you beautifully just described. We all fall off the wagon. We all can be sloppy vibrators of energy, consciously or by accident. And when you literally step outside of the mass mindset, you stop behaving that way. You stop thinking that way. You become the single soul set consciousness instead of being down there with the rest of the people.
Oh, I like how you put that. That's quite good.
It's honestly the truth. There's so many different flipping timelines going on right now on planet Earth. One is a 3-dimensional old familiar timeline. One is an unfamiliar 5-dimensional timeline. So there's multiple timelines going on whatever main thing. Listen, there was a Trump timeline. There was a Biden timeline. They're two distinctly different frequencies.
Yeah.
Completely two different streams of energy. And listen, what's funny about that is even if you're not for one
Whoever
or the other, if you're driving down the road and you start beating yourself up that you're not driving the way you set out to drive, and you start beating yourself up as a sloppy vibrator, you will fall in a timeline where people are yelling and screaming at each other over something that is out of your control.
That's right.
Isn't that something how that works?
That's amazing.
I love it. Look at you.
I
I'm glad you used that
love
metaphor.
that. Okay.
So owning soul esteem and soul confidence.
I think you just spoke about that. And basically, it's
like deja vu here today.
It is. It's like we keep repeating it over again. Honoring yourself, honor, respect. Honor yourself, respect yourself, honor your actions, let go of judgment, embrace yourself in knowing that you are I want to say the God self or your creator or your higher self, however you want to say it.
Yes.
But embrace that. Embrace you. Because you're amazing. You are amazing.
Thank
I
you,
can't
girl.
say
you
that.
You are too.
No, but you are amazing.
Thank you.
And feel it. Feel that. Embrace yourself and say you are amazing. Because how many people in this world really tell themselves how amazing and honor themselves and say, whoa, I'm amazing.
Well, they're not trained to. It's more familiar to be self-deprecating than it is to be amazing. And remember what happens when you first start. It's like, I'm amazing. I'm all that in a bag of chips. Then most people, the mass mind point the finger and go, don't hang around with them. They're too happy. They're too connected. They're too in alignment. But guess what?
Or they're too odd.
And yes, and the beauty with that is no one can create in your reality.
That's right.
No one except for you. And if you hold the purity of I'm amazing, I feel good. Look at me driving 45 in a 45. I'm going to touch myself when I get home. This is so delicious. And so as you stay in that, I'm talking about you, not me.
Okay. Oh,
okay. Oh, wow.
You can't do it. You can't.
I can't do it.
Now you can't do it.
It's been so long since I don't even know what the sound effects
God.
are. Okay.
Okay.
So I forgot where we are.
We're talking driving down the road, and we're talking about soul, self-esteem, and saying they're amazing. You're amazing.
Sound like you said something totally different. I can't wait to play this back.
Oh no!
So self-esteem and self-confidence is a human attribute. Soul esteem and soul confidence is what you would say is the God self living within that doesn't look at or judge or feel criticized by the outside world because your light is so bright. And that is the thing that pulls us out of our very last thing we want to share. Are you being happily hypnotized by the beautiful things around your soul esteemable self, or are you getting accidentally hypnotized, child? Because that's a real thing. So which one is you?
Oh, I'm happily, I don't want to say hypnotized.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean a bad thing. People pay a lot of money to get hypnotized to focus on what they do want.
Not me.
And we don't.
Oh, no.
Next season it's going to be
called. No. Okay, so being happily hypnotized or accidentally hypnotized. Okay, you have to give me more information.
So listen, you can be hypnotized, and I've seen you do it, and you've seen me do it, where I can be listening to you. Even in this show, I've heard you just get in it.
Oh, yeah.
Where the soul esteemable part is, and I'm sitting back going, oh my goodness, she is literally Sermon on the Mount right now.
Yeah.
And you were just radiating it because you were just tuned in, tapped in, turned on. To me, that's soul esteemable, and that's channeling the light of all that is you within you out there.
Well, that's connecting, like we talked about connecting. When we do this show, when we talk to everyone, we also hold the energy for all of you. We also expressed to everyone.
Except for Gertrude.
No, Gertrude's included.
Okay.
So
we also that's not included. No, for real. So repeat that. I interrupted you because I was being a smart ass. Fault disease.
But okay, again,
holding the space for everybody.
We're holding
out
the
there.
Space for everyone. We're holding the space and we are accessing the information so that we can give it out to you in a positive manner and help you. We can open it up so that you can see for yourself. And we kind of, in a way, it's kind of challenging people to
Us included.
us included. And that's why I said we also tell ourselves, but we're challenging everyone to see themselves in a better light, in ways that you've never seen yourself before, so that it would give you humor, show
Yes,
itself in
yes.
humor. What else would it show itself in, Edward?
Light. It shows
Exactly.
anything that you feel good about on the inside. If you can hold it for 68 seconds or longer, you will start manifesting it in the people, places, circumstances, and situations around you.
And as you keep doing it, it'll just be longer and longer and longer
And more
then-
familiar.
and you will be able to become this being of happiness, this being
right.
of light. I mean, it just, this is what we called about, I think, when we did one of our shows early in the season, and we spoke about how you become this new being because you have created it.
See what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about.
So what I want to say is that I want to challenge you to begin to look at yourselves in a more positive manner, and look at yourselves in a expression of light and understanding and acceptance. And as you do that, it would be great for you to let us know how that works out for you. Don't you think, Eddie?
Yes. And if you like the results, send it to me. And if you don't like the results, see, this
send it to both of us. Send it on comments, subscribe.
Yes, please.
And send it to...
Be gentle.
And ask us questions. We'd be very happy to answer.
That's the truth. So let's do a recap of the most important bullet points of OMG, how did I attract this? You know what? Let's do this.
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in, you're watching Coming Out with Liz and Eddie. I'm Eddie Conner.
And I'm Liz Layug.
The title of this show is OMG, how did I attract this again? It's because you got some old patterns, child, but you're getting the information now to upgrade those patterns. So let's start up here with the things we're sharing today, with addressing your existing patterns, then changing them on purpose.
Yes.
That was fun. That was one of my favorite things to talk about today.
Yes.
And how your gut brain speaks to the universe. We all have a solar plexus megaphone. It lives inside of us. It is a wheel of light. We think the thought, the solar plexus megaphone sends the signal out to the universe that the universe says yes to.
Yes.
Oh, shit. I totally just took your first two, Liz.
That's
Sorry.
okay, honey. And then, so the next one we're going to talk about is your higher self has a sense of humor. Use it. That is so critical, so important. But don't make it serious.
Yeah, like
have fun.
Yeah,
Have
like
fun.
I just totally accidentally stepped all over her section of the thing. And
That's okay.
Yeah, see, it's like
I'm fine
we
with
rolling
it.
with the punches, honey.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the next one is, are you a sloppy vibrator or energy? Come on.
Yeah, we've all been
We've
there.
all
We've
been
done
there,
that.
yeah.
Hey, Larry, you want to do the next two since they're actually yours?
Go ahead. Okay, stepping outside of mass mindset.
That's one of the. If you can do that, the mass mindset runs this way. If you step up here for longer than 68 seconds, you will start creating miracles.
And then the next one is owning soul esteem and soul confidence.
And it's not self-esteem and self-confidence, which is a human, physical, three-dimensional meat suit attribute. Okay. Soul esteem and soul confidence is your inner light, what Liz calls the God self, what I call the higher self. It's all the same thing, the inner light within you. The light from your soul esteem in your body, soul confidence in your body. And the last one is, are you going to accidentally be hypnotized by what's going on with the sleeple people, monkey mass-minded thinking population? Or are you going to be happily hypnotized with your inner being's light and send that light out to the world? Now, in closing, Liz, tell me, what was your favorite part about this show?
Oh, God.
That it was over?
No. Edward. No, my favorite part of the show is talking and realizing that we have the ability to become this being of light, that we are being of light, and that to remember that we're this light, and that we can I don't want to say manipulate it, but we can elevate ourselves on our own. We have the power within ourselves to do this.
To consciously direct.
Well, consciously
Instead of manipulate, because you
become.
don't like the word.
Yeah, because we can maneuver. We know how to maneuver.
Fancy pants.
Yeah, we know how to maneuver the energy, the bumps and the hills and dales of our lives, and we can make it better.
Yeah. Listen, my favorite part is accidentally being a sloppy vibrator. And I'm a really conscious person.
Yeah, you
and
are.
I'm realizing more and more where I default.
Yeah.
And this reminds me, refreshes me, resets me, renews me, reboots me to be easier with myself every time I have a dip like that.
Yeah.
Or what she calls dells and valleys and dips. Okay.
Okay.
So thanks for tuning in, everybody. You've been watching Coming Out with Liz and Eddie. I'm Eddie Conner.
And I'm Liz Layug.
And until we meet next time, please remember to keep your thoughts filling some frequencies high, fast, and pure so that you can unlock the universe
within.
Hey.
Hey.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Thanks.